Hello again, tape fans and YouTube. Thank you for stopping by. Today, I'm working on a Revox PR99 Mark 1. And as usual, I take my time working on these decks, no hurry, because this is just a hobby for me. Okay. So anyway, what this video is really about is to make newbies like myself who are working on tape deck be aware of certain things. First, don't rush it, and secondly, take your time to look at your work and look at your work and look at your work again. Um, so it happened that I have eggs all over my face yesterday when I was testing out the playback feature of this deck. Um, as usual, the first thing I do when I get a deck is to clean it up properly. Then I assemble everything and make sure that the deck works, and then I analyze the deck to see what has to be done. In this case, there was a lot of bad capacitors in this thing, so I replaced what needed to be replaced at the time, and so that the deck was functional. The idea is get the deck working properly first, and then you can go ahead to recap the deck, because no matter what, these old deck has to be recapped. No two ways about it, in going through it, you might see some caps that are not, leaky, or they look real good, but if you go through and test each of those capacitors and transistors, you might find out a lot of them are leaky. So it's best to pay particular attention to the caps, because they they might be leaky and you don't even know it, and cause a lot of problem down the line. So the best thing is to just recap the thing, to make sure you have all new caps. So in this case, I have Nichikan caps on these, and I put new trim pots on the deck. So what really happened was I was playing the deck, and I noticed that the left channel would not, the VU meter on the left channel would not work, so I'm like, what's going on? So this is the Bible here, the schematic diagram. So I grab my schematics and go through it and try to figure out what's going on. So I narrowed it down to it could be the output amplifier, because everything was working properly before. So I took out the output amplifier, which is here, and I tested every single component on it, and everything was pretty good. Everything was fine. Stuck it back in, same thing happened. You hear the sound, and it was just coming from just the right speaker, and I'm like, wow, what's going on here? So I have another deck, and I just pull the the reproduce amplifier out of the other deck. So I said it could be the reproduce amplifier, and I pulled this one out, and I tested all the components, and it was good. All the components were good, but every time I put it back in, just one channel worked. So I grabbed this from another deck, and I stuck it in and played. Lo and behold, VU meters jump up as it should. Both VU meters working properly. And I said, what the hell? So I say, okay, so this thing is bad. Something on the reproduce amplifier is bad. So what I did, I pulled it out, test everything again, nothing. Then I noticed that the left channel trim pot was all the way down. It was all the way down. It was all the way down. So of course the left channel will not work. So I'm like, what the hell? So I turn it back up to like halfway and put it back in, and boom. And I just couldn't believe it. The thing was right in my face. As you can see, I'll show it to you. Both VU meters are cracking, and I get the sound from that speaker and this speaker. Everything is working just fine. So I have eggs all over my face on this one because I should have realized that the trim pot wasn't properly set. And it drove me crazy for a little bit because I just couldn't figure out what was going on. So I thought I'd share that with all the newbies out there who are working on tape decks. Just take your time, look at your work and look at your work again, because those little things can come back and bite you, you know. But so that's where I'm at on this deck. The next thing I'm going to be doing is to I'm going to turn it over and make sure that all the wires are properly dressed up and not touching anything, and then I will go through my calibration process. A few weeks ago, someone asked me, can you do a calibration video? Can you do a calibration video? I say, you know, I would love to do it, and one day I will do one. But for now, it just take a long time for me to be doing the calibration, and it's kind of tedious, you know. So later on, when I get more proficient in that aspect of tape deck restoration, I will do a video, you know. But for now, I just like to take my time and just go through it, you know. I have all the required equipment. I got my all the necessary equipment to do the calibration. These are my analyzer, audio analyzers, and I have oscilloscope. I have the whole works, you know. So one day I will do one, right? But for now, this is what I'm doing. I'll be putting this tape back together, and it's working fine. In case you're wondering, this is Isaac Hayes. It's an instrumental Isaac Hayes music. It's an import, so you won't find it in regular stores. Probably not. I'm not sure. But anyway, what next? So most of the parts I ordered on this deck came from Revox online in Germany, and although they have everything I need, you know, I always talk about this, that shipping, it takes a very long time to get to me. So, you know, luckily I'm not doing this for anybody, it's just for myself. So I don't want nobody running me down and say, deck ready, deck ready, deck ready. No, it's not ready, just my time. All right, and as you can see, I'm wearing the JA t-shirt today. I'm watching the Jamaica versus Panama game and Women's World Cup. So I just love to watch the women football games. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll give you an update as to where I'm at with this deck, you know, later on. All right. Thanks again, and see you next time. Bye.